Hey folks, welcome to another Mindustry Hex Wars matchup on the AA server. This one's another assimilation match. This one, it's a very tricky start. Start right next to Venzini. He's just to the southwest. Now, as standard, we'll start with some daggers. We'll get a little bit of power, and what's critical here is to make as many drogs as possible right off the bat. Especially if you're going to be fighting early game. Because you're going to need copper and lead in order to build arcs. And in order to build everything, but especially arcs and some early walls. So far I'm just starting with my normal early game. We'll make some graphite as quick as possible. Every available piece of coal in the first hex. And you kind of want to be doing two things at once, so I've queued up the rest of my drog factories, and I'm still going to finish the graphite. Iron Dragon's just flying around, checking things out. He's right above me, so not too much to worry about there. These are really the only peaceful moments in this match. So that's a hex cleared. That hex is right next to Venzini, so I need to go grab that one ASAP. But we'll finish off a little bit more graphite first. And now we will get in there. I want some silicon as well. Usually I wouldn't go for it this early, but I know we're going to need daggers in order to deal with Venzini. But you can see my normal build order stuff is pretty thrown off by all this. Because I'm not able to really do everything I want in the right amount of time. And here's where we need those arcs ASAP, and you can see copper and lead is the missing resource for us. Fortunately we got like one arc up, but this moment is one of the most dangerous in the game. If I lose this hex, Venzini probably wins this early battle. Venzini definitely wins this early battle. Fortunately, one thing, daggers will get distracted. That's shooting me rather than shooting the core. But it's looking dicey. I can't finish. I can't get the power on. I can't get any arcs in here. I built so many drogs, I can't understand why. And then I die, and that's really bad. But fortunately, the one arc in there managed to kill off the drogs. I mean the daggers. And here we want to cut off Venzini. He's having the same problem. You see, he's got no copper and lead. Very interesting early game problems. Finally got that silicon plugged in. Gotta keep the power on. Power stays on. Venzini takes that hex, but not a problem because he doesn't have the copper and lead to adequately defend it. And there it goes. Pop. So that's really bad for Venzini as well, because he just lost all that copper and lead that he invested in there a second ago. So here, it's kind of sealed the deal for me versus Venzini here, because I don't think he's going to be able to come back from that. Especially if I can finish capping it before he can, which I can. There we go. That's not the end of my problems, though. Now we want to kill Venzini, which will be much more difficult, because you've seen how effective arcs are. And we're having power issues. But we barely have any hexes. That hex doesn't have any coal in it, so that's a problem. But there's a little patch here we can survive off of. Get enough power to keep the defenses up. Oh, that's a problem for sure for us. But Venzini hasn't been able to make that many daggers, so not too bad to kill him off. And now we have enough power. We're still having problems with copper and lead, of course. Just trying to build so fast. And really the problem is building all those drogs in order to capture the hexes. But we don't have the power to turn them on just yet. Do we? No, not really. We'll turn them on one by one. Turn on a couple, and then we'll eventually turn on the rest. I need titanium, but I want it to be a perfect titanium. So skip that for now, and we'll get some more silicon. Balance is pretty off here too. I should have probably done more graphite, although now we'll do some graphite. Should be okay, but we don't have the titanium, so cleared another hex. That's good. We don't have the power for this either. Kind of wasting daggers there. They're just going straight into the meat grinder. It's not great, but eventually we can finish this and plug in some more power. Fortunately, this power setup doesn't take any titanium, so all good there. And that mostly solves our power issues for a brief moment. Or does it? No. So we'll just squeeze in another one. Probably could have upgraded to a larger power that's slightly more efficient. Okay, so to actually finish Venzini, we're going to need to gather up the troops. This is the only way to really kill someone in the early game, if they're, you know, paying attention and have arcs. Oh, like that, not paying attention. Almost got sniped by this other guy. Keep track of your main hex, don't let it... I've been sniped like that before. Late in the game where you're just ignoring the player next to you and then they build up a mass of daggers and take you out. That's quite unpleasant. That graphite hasn't been working. Not good. Do we finally have enough power? I guess power's okay. But we'll add the power now. And I misplaced it. Unlucky, unlucky. That's not good. Throw down a couple of drogs to take care of that. I mean, arcs. I always say drogs. Okay, now we're defended for that, for those daggers. Let's see how this does. Yep, there's not many defenses. Hope for the best. Ideally, that will kill Venzini. But on second thought, that's definitely not going to do the job. Squeeze in some more thorium. And everything's pretty close to the limit right now on our resources. We're not completely out of anything, but we are very close. And unfortunately that didn't quite do him in. Making some modifications to his defenses, but we're going to need some more daggers, unfortunately. And I haven't been able to get my normal. I would have gone for plastic by now, ideally. Yeah, 10 minutes in, I'd usually have the trident. Instead, we're still kind of locked in the early game. I definitely have the upper hand, and I don't think Venzini can kill me, but it's a real pain to finish him off. I applaud the fighting, though. It's admirable to keep going. Some people will just delete their defenses and assimilate with you. Which, if that had happened, that would have been a much quicker end to this game. Because you can see Wheathley and Xvpentavk are really starting to boom up in their respective sides. And that's the ultimate main problem of this. I'm stuck desperately trying to kill off Venzini while those two get bigger and bigger. And they're both pretty good players. So it really opens up the game. Alright, is that enough daggers? Well, not anymore. Those are pretty solid arc defenses now. But we just finished this factory. It'll start to churn out some units. The factories, I've built them so that I could overflow. Oh, what's getting attacked? Core's under attack. Nah, it's fine. Maybe one snuck through. Add some extra defenses. Really hard to keep track of everything in this battle because I'm really worried I'm going to get attacked from the north. I'm still trying to finish off Venzini, being a pain. Just trying to expand. 10 minutes, still only one hex. Now he's got 2 hexes, but yeah, we're gonna shut that down. We're gonna do a little dagger dance. Send him in, bring him back, send him in, bring him back. It's a cheeky tactic to stay out of range of the arcs. If you keep rallying them, they'll turn around and walk back, but keep shooting. Pretty cheap, but you know, it's possible, so we will do it. And do we have the power for that much stuff? I'm not sure we do. Why would these daggers just keep going? That doesn't make any sense, but it's fine. Xvpentavk is starting to rally. Yeah. It's annoying for both of us, I would say. It's definitely annoying for him. I'm just making sure that he can't expand at all. Oof, not enough power. By far. How did we suddenly go down to minus 1300 power? That's misplaced, but it'll be fine. That'll get us a little bit more power. Not exactly perfect. Yeah, drone pathfinders. Yeah, they definitely don't want to go to new hexes. Okay, his power's dead. Ah, why would the daggers go up there? That just doesn't make any sense at all. Alright, finally Venzini's given up. Appreciate that. We could have been stuck here for a long time. Although it looks like his power died. He didn't have enough power for all of that stuff. Okay, at last. That'll be enough daggers. Alright, so now I feel like I can finally start the game. Throw down some more drugs. I think power is still critically low. Gonna build my plastic right away. Can work our way over to the trident. Looks like we're gonna take out some more players. And we're gonna clear all the space in the world for us. Yep, power is priority 1. Xvpentavk is a scary looking mass up there. I need to deal with that before anything else. Fortunately, I know roughly the way to deal with that. Assuming that's all daggers, this kind of arc trap should be enough. As long as they also respond properly. First, also those daggers are going to go after his blue neighbor rather than me, so that's nice. Can we finish the plastic? And do we have the power now? Oh. Okay. Xvpentavk, he just did his attack, and it looks like it failed. At least it failed on me. Definitely killed Bombardario. And it's heading south towards me. I have a little bit of arc defenses. Yeah, it's gonna be enough. We're okay. The arc's held. And now I've got Venzini, so double eco. Very powerful. The 5x54. Don't really have time to type everything here. Now, this would be nice if we could actually get a proper fort going. But barely had enough plastic for the Trident, let alone 3 Cyclones. And my units are just streaming in, which is not the best. We'll add some more arc defenses. And Wheathley is growing over there constantly as well. That's another big problem. Alright, finally get a small chance to eco. And I need metaglass. Venzini's making some big power, but I decide I'll just make my big power anyways. As well, because power is a big issue. Metaglass, finally getting enough of it. Connect all this power. And we're pretty solid on power now. I don't know why this thing, Venzini belt isn't working. Oh, that laser drill is on thorium. I just hovered over it for a second. So that's pretty unfortunate. Now we'll try some cheeky tactics. If XV's paying 0 attention, then this could be good. He has a lot more production of units than we do right now. And you can see my game has been pretty messy. I've got like half-finished stuff sitting around. And it only gets messier. But our power woes are over, and Venzini's ecoing up hard for me, so he goes from mortal enemy to best friend immediately. And yeah, you see this attack's been waiting too long. There's already cyclone defenses there. Yeah, I should have recalled them immediately. No, why would the daggers go that way? I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. They'll just go wherever. Oh. Oh, fortunately those are my own daggers, so no problem. And if I could ever get this big silicon online, I mean big dagger online, we'd be in a decent spot. But we don't have the silicon for it. Yeah, we're running at the limit of everything. We don't have anything. I think we're out of thorium, we're almost out of graphite, we're almost out of we're out of silicon, almost out of titanium. Which, you know, it's kind of good we're using everything immediately. And eventually I can finish stuff. Okay, that should, that should satisfy our power woes, but, oof, that is a big army. Very large army. I think if he kept going there, that would have killed us. I think he retreated for a moment. I'm going to give up all those factories and things in front of us and instead build defenses here. But I want that silicon because that's the thing actually preventing me from building some stuff. That was a poorly placed command center. Oh dear. That's all fortresses. Did he rally them back? I think he rallied them back. And I was finally able to finish all the cyclones. So that's actually huge, and yeah, we were able to kill it off, so that's really clutch defense. I did not think that would hold. That guy's making big solar panels, pretty questionable, pretty sus. We don't have any phase, so I'm just gonna let him sit there and work on them. And you know, look at that. We defended against Xvpentavk at last, and look who's pushed right in, Wheathley. That's terrible. I'm gonna make my defenses right next to the core. Oh. I spent some time typing because I'm pretty much sure that it's over at this point. But we managed to hold them off. All credit to Venzini for sure there. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel my build order there. First we'll make some more forts. Hope for the best. And I think we need silicon, so of course we need everything. Finally power's in a good spot. But yeah, you know, there should be what, like 9 resources, and we only have 6 of them right now, so not great. That army is huge, so yeah, well, yeah, we're not going to be able to fight it off. I can't even finish a command center, so. But at least we have cyclones. Oh, and I died, so that defense is not going to go great. But cyclones are clutch. You see, they actually killed off the ammo thing for it. And we have no plastinium right now because someone is using it all. That will get you bot right away. And here, I should have noticed that I forgot to make Venzini captain. That was really my bad. Sorry. If you're watching this, Venzini, just let me know next time. I will absolutely make you captain. That doesn't really change that much. It's just like what they can, whether they can delete stuff that you've placed and use the trident and stuff. So, and use the command center. So. I don't really know what to do right now because of the weird situation. Okay, we need silicon, so I'll do that. If you ever don't know what to do, just, you know, check your resources. Do whatever you're missing. And I don't know if I've talked about it too much in other videos, but this particular silicon setup can move faster than one titanium belt, so that's why I always use junctions, or you can use the inverted sorter to what is it called? Inverted sorter to overflow junction. And that's not gonna work. I can't outbuild Xvpentavks when I don't have the silicon to finish my command center. But at least we have metaglass now. And let me connect some of this stuff so we can salvage a little bit out of this tortured hex. And yes, I can build from scratch in a pinch. Oh, but that might have been too soon. Oh, that's not good. And I'm dead. And this time they're gonna kill it off. Oof. And I'm pretty sure at this point it's GG. Like, they shredded. They ripped right through us, and that is a lot of fortresses. Like, how are we gonna be able to stop them from getting in here? But somehow, through the power of arcs, they have managed to kill that off. That hex is a goner as well. They killed off all the cyclones. I don't know, there's nothing even shooting back at them at that point. So yeah, it's looking really bad. But very fortunate for us, at this moment, Xvpentavk's attention is shifted elsewhere because Wheathley starts attacking him. And we're having some serious power problems. Got to fix that ASAP. Somehow we managed to fight off that attack as well. So, brilliant defense, great partnership with Venzini. Both of us spamming arcs and walls is enough to save a critical hex, I guess. If your hex is in danger, that's a good tip. If it's just a couple of daggers, like 1-2 arcs, will defend you. If it's a horde of fortresses, probably not going to win that fight, but you can throw down thorium walls to block and to absorb the fire, and if you have anything shooting at them, there's a chance you could survive your hex. I'm hoping, yeah, they're going to do just what I hope they will, which is maybe they can sneak around the back of that fortress and that fort and take it out, but they cannot. They were unable to do that. Do we have the power for that? Yeah. Pretty sure that's where the plastanium was getting wasted by cyberspace. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this fort. At least some chunks of it, and that's when I realized we don't have any thorium. Big problem again. And I also noticed the daggers are getting wasted. Getting wasted. They're dying to a fort. Alright, well, we'll try to pick up the pieces again. I'm still thinking, no way we could do this, right? We lost so many hexes. Our eco is shot. Constantly running out of resources and power, but we have a solid amount of the territory. And very thankfully, XV has completely refocused his attention to Wheathley. You can see he's made these elaborate walls to funnel the fortresses exactly where he wants them. That is a cool tactic as well. That's one thing I very rarely do. I mean, Often I'm just ignoring my units and letting them go fight. We briefly ran out of copper and lead. It's always a late game. It's a problem in the early game, it's a problem in the late game. Oh, XV is cutting right into Wheathley, so that's going to be short-lived. His army is solid fortresses. It's a very nice composition in this game mode, especially phase walls have been banned on this server. Well, for exactly the reason that they basically nullify fortresses. I don't know why a junction wasn't working there, but it's working now. And I wanted to check if any thorium polluted that plastic factory, but it looks okay. XV didn't quite manage to kill Wheathley with that last push, so he's rallying and going again. Really nice for us. It's a few more moments of a reprieve. And I'm thinking, what can we possibly do with this gift of time? Do I dare put a giant fortress factory right on the border? And no, that would be a bad choice. But we're running out of room that's defended. I'm going to go ahead and make some room here at the main core. All this early eco is pretty inefficient at this point. It's not doing much for us. I want to make sure I don't accidentally turn anything off. Make sure it's all still powered up, and it is, so no problem. Now do I have room for the large semi-automatic fortress production? And we're just going to delete that all off. It wasn't making very much graphite anyways, so... just enough room for this big boy. And do I have the eco for it? So right now units are our main defense up there. That and the fact that Xvpentavk has decided to take out Wheathley instead of us for the moment. Which makes a lot of sense. He weakened us greatly. And Wheathley was getting stronger and stronger, so he needed some attention. That's what I love about a free-for-all. You can't just focus on one person. But it's pretty dangerous to leave Venzini and I alone. I still don't think we have much hope, just because of the sheer quantity of fortresses that Xvpentavk has managed to throw out so fast. Look at this hex, this is a mess. And I think I didn't realize that this hex is right on the border with the fortresses of the opposing team. XV has forts right north of us. And this takes me a while to figure out as well. This line got polluted by sand, just from those sand factories on the power plant. So I'm like, why is that not working? I don't notice it there though. It takes me a while to figure out. I have to come back. But the insta snake chain just touched the sand for just a moment before I was able to delete it. And a moment is enough for an instantaneous conveyor to pollute the entire line. This is kind of annoying to build with daggers coming in constantly. But a little impromptu fort. I wanted to leave what we've got going on in the main hex. Leave that defending for a bit while I build some more impromptu defenses. Connect up all the arcs. Here's where I'm concerned. Why are they not working? Yeah, it's porting out silicon. I think maybe it's a sync issue, but no, it's not a sync issue. I make the exact same mistake as before and place the instantaneous conveyor next to the sand. That's not good. Oh, and somehow we got Wheathley. I have no idea how that happened. Like, how did we kill off Wheathley in that chaos. I wasn't looking over there. But that is a godsend as well. Alright, finally fixed the conveyor issue. And the units are doing okay. But now the full force of Xvpentavk is going to flip back to us. But also we finally have some fortresses online. And I added a handful of revs. I want to add a bunch more revs, if possible. I know building revs is going to take up the rest of our titanium. So I saw it was only about 1k. Oh, yeah, it's almost gone now. But I was able to get the basic infrastructure in there for that, and oof, still some issues up there. And Tree joins the party. Fortunately, he spawns on my team as well, so that's hugely beneficial. And I don't know which core is getting attacked at this point. I think it's that, yeah, it's that main hex there, which I think we just lost it. But I know that we need power, pretty much more important than saving that hex. And okay, we've got enough units that we managed to take out that annoying fort that was close to us. Yeah, slacking. Yeah, well now it's a 3v1. We just got Wheathley a second ago. Teresa missed a lot of that early stuff. Didn't quite almost kill each other because I kind of had a pretty significant lead on Venzini. Uh-oh. Okay, that hex is done. And again, we've got a naked hex here and a horde of fortresses bearing down on us. How are we going to get out of this one? This is where I'm like, okay, well, we managed to survive to this point, but the game is definitely now over. An XP comes in and messes with our axe. Just messes up the forts. It's annoying. And I die. I noticed when someone else kills your someone else kills the core and you had some buildings in that core, it kills your buildings as well. So that's an interesting fact. And units are doing most of the work with the defense here in this super messy half destroyed hex. And finally I got to put my fort in. Definitely been a wild game. You'd think though with Venzini's assistance, he and I would have been able to take out XV by this point, but you know, you saw the whole game. It's been chaos from the start. I like using metaglass instead, but I haven't realized that the metaglass production has been destroyed. It's actually in this hex, just to the right. You can see the half-dead metaglass factory. Fortunately, we have plenty of plastic. Not quite sure how that happened, but we got lucky. Someone building stuff. And I want to go on the offensive, but this proves to not be a good decision. Because like I've said, units are doing most of our defensive work here. And that, like I said, is a massive horde of fortresses. Gonna chew right through what meager defenses we were able to cobble together there. And look at that. We are at the main hex already. Big problem. Big problem for sure. Not sure we quite have them stalemated, but arcs are better here. Yep. Right here again. They're at the main hex. We should have died. Should have died so many times in this game, but miraculous survival. We used to have better units. We're starting to grow quite a bit over to the left. I thought that was my stuff for a second. Okay. So, what is going on? Again, have to pick up the pieces from our shattered hexes. Meta is out. Power is low. Units doing most of the defending over there, again. Somehow we have a bunch of plastic. Someone made a bunch of plastic, I guess, so that's nice. Alrighty. Did we manage to defend? No. That hex was lost almost as soon as it was gained, the one just north of our command center. I mean our 5x5 main hex. complicated defense here. I need to zoom in order to place everything properly. But we managed to stave off another attack, and it looks like Xv's finally run out of plastic himself. He wasn't able to finish that fort, as you saw briefly. He's got a bunch of cyclones that were unfinished. This is where the power of the 3v1 takes over. We're just able to build things so fast, fix all of our problems really fast. And finally, I've got a little bit of breathing room. Probably shouldn't have taken this time. Yeah, I think our CC stopped working again. Don't know if I've shown that in previous videos, but I think I have. The problem of the quote-unquote ghost CC. You notice that we've got a lot of silicon and titanium. Someone has been ecoing very hard for us. Yeah, I really can't take credit for winning a lot of this game. I mean, spoilers, but Venzini was a huge help with the eco. And we don't have any phase, which I didn't realize. Not surprising, but this scheme will work without phase. You see, it's got a phase conveyor in there to put phase into the overdriver, so this thing works super fast. Once that's all hooked up. But our miraculous defense continues over there on the right. Finally gonna do some eco myself. And we have pretty healthy resources. As a donator, Wheathley has the power to call a couple of different events that just spice up the game a little bit. One of those is the instant build. Everything gets instantly built when you place it down. So, but I mean, you can't use more than your resources. So, if you have a ton of resources, it's a super valuable event. And in our case, we're sitting pretty on resources. Instability event has begun. And that means it's a wild event at this point in the game, so late in the game. So yeah, what to do with that? Didn't connect that thorium. Oh well. First, I'm gonna build some fortresses instantly. It's not completely instant, but it's virtually instant. And look at that, we have a bunch of plastic, we've got a bunch of titanium, everything. I can instantly, or almost instantly, build up these forts. And if they have power, they're pretty powerful, those little chunky ones. I don't know whose team that guy is on. I guess it was not my team, though. And now I want to start the flood. Our miraculous defense holds once again over there. And while this insta build is active, I'm going to try to slap down as many of these as possible. We had so much silicon, 20k silicon. I mean, that's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but for building stuff, it's very effective. I don't think we have enough power for these, so I'm not going to plug them in just yet. But while the insta-build is going, I'm going to try to put down as much as possible. And these things crank out daggers. Crank them out like nobody's business. Let's insta-build some power as well. That works. And get ready for madness. That was 1, 2, 3, like 6 giant dagger factories. Gonna add some silicon while I'm at it. So I know that's gonna be should be hurting right now. I think I saw it was like 4K or something. Add the power to make sure we can keep up. Just one more dagger factory for good measure. Really annoying. The unit's pathing like that. Okay, finally got some power in there. Jeez. And, you know, I said one more for good measure. Let's add another one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 8 of them now. And I want to mix it up. Fortresses are really going to be much better than daggers. Holding steady at 2k thorium. That's what we started the insta-build with, so that's been very positive. And man, our unit production just skyrocketed. And, uh-oh, core's under attack. Fortunately, we got units doing the defenses for us there. Looks like we finally have a massive amount of defense by the main hex as well. That's super clutch. And Instability is over. But not before I hit so many freaking daggers. And now I don't want it to end. Tree calls rip. Oh, he's calling that for the hex in the top left. That is fine. Oh boy, look at all those fortresses. I don't know what's happening to them. They're like glitching up. They're so close to our main core too. I think that XV's trying to reposition them so they go to the main instead of that well-defended hex next to us. I die there again. But oh my gosh, we were inches away from getting absolutely wrecked. Somehow that whole fortress army is dead. I don't know even what the zombie event does. It does something for us though. think, yeah, we'll have to look up what it does. I'm gonna switch to using Lancers, because I can't fit any more Cyclones in there properly, and Lancers should do decently well against just Fortresses, which is, I know what he has. And at this point, I definitely think our CC's not working. But we are just flooding units. Oh, and here's where I finally noticed near the end of this game that I forgot to re-rank everyone to captain. My bad, guys. Definitely my bad. Could have brought that up earlier. And you might notice I'm trying to build something. Here's where I start to realize that it's not getting built, and I'm really confused. I think we're experiencing major lag. Yet again, I should title this video like the miracle on Miracle of the Hex. I don't even know how the fortresses killed that one. They just waltzed right past our defenses there. But yeah, everything is tripping out. Because I made so many units. And yeah, that's why I couldn't finish those Lancers. I don't understand that. The lag stops you from building, but I guess it does. And one guy's calling GG up there. XV's calling GG, and I'm like, what? How the heck did that happen? It's the absolute flood of units coming from the top. It was that Instability event where I made so many factories. There's just waves and waves of daggers, and now fortresses coming with it. Yeah, Instability was absolutely clutch. It carved right through XV's base. That was madness, that whole game. From the really difficult fight in the beginning versus Venzini, through so many near-miss deaths. Look at all these factories. Those two fortress factories are doing like 10 times more than all the daggers, though. Should have just built those. Because if you look at what's alive up here, it's mostly fortresses. Well, there's a lot of daggers mixed in there. And there it goes. Thanks for watching, guys. GG. Well played to everyone in this match. It was one of the wildest matches I've had, for sure. So, thanks.